My name is Daniel Morgan. I live in Chicago with my wife, Sophia. We had been married for just 2 weeks. Everything felt perfect, like a dream we didn't want to wake up from. For our honeymoon, we didn't want beaches or luxury resorts. We wanted something different, something unforgettable. That's when Sophia showed me a place she found online. A place in Japan, Aokigahara Forest. People call it the Suicide Forest. I laughed at first. A honeymoon in a haunted forest, seriously. But Sophia didn't laugh. I feel like we should go there, she said quietly. Something about her voice made me stop smiling. We flew from Chicago to Japan. Everything felt normal at first. Hotels, streets, people. But the moment we got closer to the forest, things started to feel wrong. Too quiet. No birds. No wind. No sound at all. Sophia grabbed my hand tightly. Daniel, do you hear that? I listened. Nothing. That's the problem, she whispered. We entered the forest, and immediately, it felt like stepping into another world. The trees were so dense that sunlight barely reached the ground. Everything turned dark. The air felt heavy, almost suffocating. Then I saw something. A rope tied around a tree. It stretched deeper into the forest. I pointed it out. People use this so they don't get lost, I said. But even as I said it, I didn't believe it. The rope looked fresh. Too fresh. Like someone had been there recently. Sophia, we should go back, I said. But she hesitated. Just a little deeper, she replied. That was the moment everything started going wrong. We followed the rope, and then we found it. A single backpack, sitting in the middle of the forest floor, covered in dirt. Sophia stepped back. Someone left this here. I moved closer. And then, knock. I froze. Did you hear that? I asked. Sophia nodded slowly. Then again, knock and knock. But there was nothing around us. No houses. No doors. Just trees. The forest went silent, even quieter than before. Then my camera started glitching. Static filled the screen, and through the noise I heard a voice. Low. Broken. Almost not human. Leave. Sophia grabbed my arm. Daniel, that wasn't you, right? I shook my head. No. We turned to leave. But the path we came from was gone. The rope gone. Everything looked the same. Every direction. Every tree. Sophia's voice shook. We're lost. I tried to stay calm. We'll find our way out. But deep down, I wasn't sure. Then I saw it. Between the trees. Something standing there. Watching us. At first, I thought it was a person. But then it moved. Wrong. Its body bent unnaturally. Its head tilted too far. And its face. No eyes. Just empty black holes. Sophia screamed. I dropped everything. And we ran. Behind us. Knock, knock, knock. But this time, it wasn't behind us. It was beside us. Keeping pace. We ran until we saw light. The edge of the forest. We collapsed outside, gasping for air. Alive. But something felt wrong. Like we didn't leave alone. Sophia looked at me and whispered, Daniel, we didn't come out alone. That night we didn't talk much. We couldn't. After what happened in the forest, words felt useless. We checked into a small hotel in Tokyo. Hopping distance would make everything feel normal again. It didn't. Sophia sat on the bed, staring at her hands. I keep hearing it, she said quietly. Hearing what? She looked up at me. The knocking. I didn't answer, because I heard it too, even when there was no sound. Around 1:47 a.m. I tried to sleep. My eyes were heavy, but my mind was. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the forest, the trees, the rope, that thing standing between them. Then, knock. I opened my eyes instantly. Silence. I looked at Sophia. She was awake too. She didn't need to say anything. We both heard it. Knock and knock. This time louder. From the hotel room door. My heart started racing. I slowly got out of bed. Sophia, stay here, I whispered. She grabbed my wrist. No, don't open it. The knocking stopped. For a moment, everything went quiet again. Too quiet. Then my phone, which was on the table, suddenly turned on by itself. No touch. No notification. Just a black screen with a single line of text. You brought me outside. Sophia screamed. I dropped the phone immediately. And then, the room light flickered. Once, twice, and went out completely. Darkness swallowed everything. Sophia started crying. Daniel, what is this? I didn't have an answer, because I was looking at something near the mirror. A shadow, standing where no one should be. I turned on my phone flashlight. Slowly, the beam hit the mirror. At first, nothing. Just us. Me. Sophia. But then, a third reflection appeared behind us. Standing too close. Too still. Sophia couldn't even scream this time. She just froze. And in the reflection, that thing from the forest was there again. No eyes. No face. Just emptiness. Breathing. I turned around instantly. The room was empty. Nothing there. But when I looked back at the mirror, it was closer. The knocking started again. But now it wasn't from the door. It was from inside the room. Knock, knock, knock. Coming from the walls, from the closet, from behind the bed. All at once, Sophia whispered something I will never forget. Daniel, it didn't follow us from the forest. She paused, tears in her eyes. It came back with us. The mirror cracked. Just a small line at first. Then another. And suddenly, the reflection smiled, even though neither of us did. And in the dark, a voice finally spoke clearly, right behind my ear. I never left. The voice was right behind me. I never left. I turned so fast I almost fell. Nothing was there, but the air in the room had changed. It felt heavier, like something invisible was pressing down on us. Sophia was crying silently now, her face pale in the phone light. We need to leave, she whispered. I nodded immediately. No arguments this time. We grabbed our bags with shaking hands. But as I reached for the door handle, I noticed something. The wood around the door had scratch marks. Fresh ones. From the inside. Sophia, I said slowly. She looked and went completely silent. Because the scratches weren't random. They were shaped like handprints. Too many fingers. Too long. Then, knock, knock, knock. From inside the closet. We both froze. I slowly turned my head. The closet door was slightly open. Just a crack. Darkness inside. Too dark. Sophia whispered, "Don't look at it." But it was too late. The closet door moved. Just a little. like something inside was breathing. My phone flashlight flickered again, and in that split second of light, I saw it, standing inside the closet. The same figure from the forest, but now closer, more solid, like it had learned how to stay. Sophia screamed. I grabbed her hand and pulled her toward the exit. We ran, straight for the door. I twisted the handle, unlocked. We burst into the hallway. But the moment we stepped out, everything went silent. Too silent. No hotel noise. No elevator sounds. Nothing. The hallway lights were flickering. Every few seconds, the shadows shifted, like something was moving behind the walls. Sophia was shaking violently now. This isn't the same hallway, she said. I looked around. She was right. The room numbers were gone. The doors were blank, like the hotel was unfinished. Then we heard it. Footsteps. Behind us. Slow. Deliberate. Tap, tap, tap. We turned around. Nothing. But the footsteps didn't stop. They were getting closer. And then the lights went out completely. Darkness swallowed everything. Sophia grabbed my arm so tightly it hurt. Daniel, it's here. A whisper came from every direction at once. Not one voice. Many. You brought me out. You brought me out. You brought me out. I turned on my phone flashlight again. And that's when I saw it. Not in front of us. Not behind us. But inside the walls of the hallway. Moving. Like something trapped, trying to get closer. Sophia started crying again. I didn't want to come here. I didn't want this. Her voice broke completely. Then the whisper stopped. Everything stopped. Even the footsteps. Total silence. For exactly 3 seconds. Then, every hotel door in the hallway slammed shut at the same time. Bang! And in the darkness, right in front of us, a face appeared. No body. Just a face. Too close. No eyes. Just empty black sockets. And it smiled. You can't leave without me. The smile didn't move. It just stayed there in the dark, too close, too wrong. Sophia couldn't even scream anymore. She just stared, frozen, like her body forgot how to react. Then, the face slowly faded. Not disappeared. Faded, like it was becoming part of the darkness again. For a moment, there was silence. Real silence. No whispers, no footsteps, nothing. I grabbed Sophia's hand. We run now. We ran through the hallway again, but something was wrong. The hotel corridor felt longer than before, like it kept extending every time we moved forward. Doors that we passed started appearing again in front of us. Repeating. Looping. Sophia was crying while running. Daniel, we're not moving forward. I looked ahead. She was right. We were running, but staying in the same place. Then I saw something on the wall. A mirror. It wasn't there before. We didn't stop, but I glanced at it while running. And I wish I hadn't. In the mirror, we weren't alone. Behind us, the thing was walking calmly. No rush. No sound. Just following. Like it knew we couldn't escape. I stopped suddenly. Sophia pulled my arm. Don't stop. But I couldn't move. Because I realized something horrifying. The reflection was not copying us correctly. My movements were delayed. Sophia's reflection was smiling slightly, even though she was. Then the mirror cracked. Slowly at first. Then violently. Crack. And the thing stepped through it. into the hallway. But this time, it looked different. More complete. More real. Like the forest had finally finished building it. It tilted its head and whispered, "You can't run in a place that doesn't exist." Suddenly, the hallway lights came back on. Everything looked normal again. Too normal. Room numbers returned. Elevator bell rang in the distance. Like nothing ever happened. Sophia looked at me shaking. "Daniel, is it gone?" I wanted to say yes. I really did. But then I noticed something. Her shadow wasn't matching her movement. My heart dropped. "Sophia." She looked at me, and for a split second, her eyes looked empty. Just like it. She blinked, and then smiled softly. Too softly. "I think it likes me more now." I stepped back. No, Sophia, what are you saying?" She tilted her head slightly, just like it did in the forest. And then the whisper returned. Not from the hallway. Not from the walls. From her. Very softly. "You brought me out." Her hand tightened around mine. Too tight. Painful. And the last thing I remember from that moment is her voice completely calm now. "Daniel, we don't need to leave." Sophia's grip on my hand didn't feel human anymore. It was too strong, too steady, like she wasn't even trying. Like something inside her had already decided everything for both of us. "Daniel, we don't need to leave." Her voice was calm. Too calm. No fear, no shaking, nothing. That wasn't my wife anymore. I slowly stepped back. "Sophia, look at me, it's me, Daniel." She tilted her head again, the same unnatural angle from the forest, and smiled. Not warmly, not lovingly. Wrong. Behind her, the hallway started changing again. The walls began to darken, like wet ink spreading through reality. The lights flickered once, twice, and then turned red. The hotel was gone. Not slowly, not gradually, just erased. One moment it was there. The next it was. We were standing in the middle of something else. Something endless. Something that felt like the forest again. And then I understood. We never left it. Not really. Aokigahara Forest wasn't a place you entered. It was a place that entered you. Sophia took a step toward me, but her feet didn't touch the ground properly. She was floating slightly. Her eyes were completely black now. No white. No human left. "It likes you too now," she said softly. "I can feel it." Then I heard it again. That knocking. But not from walls. Not from doors. From inside my own head. Knock, knock, knock. My vision started breaking apart. Like reality itself was cracking. I saw flashes. The forest. The rope. The thing standing between trees. Sophia standing still in the dark. But not always as Sophia. Sometimes something else entirely. And then I heard a final whisper. From everywhere at once. "You brought us out. Now we stay with you." Sophia stepped closer. Her hand touched my face. And for a split second, I saw her real eyes again. Just for a moment. Tears in them. "I didn't want this," she whispered. Then her voice broke. "But it's too late." The last thing I remember clearly is the forest returning around us. Slowly, like it was rebuilding itself from nothing. Trees growing out of darkness. Silence spreading again. Endless. And me standing there, still holding her hand, but not knowing anymore if she was saving me or finishing me. The knocking never stopped after that. It just became part of everything.